PowerShell is fun. Get the job done. Efficiency we love. It's like a club. Cyber rhythm beats, counting on repeats. Automate the night, till them on repeat. Automate the night, till the morning beats. Automate the night, till the morning light. Let's go groovy times, counting on repeats. On repeats. Automate the night, till the night, till the morning light, till the morning light.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Ham.
Hello. Good afternoon.
How are you?
Oh, fine. Had a great weekend in Berlin, so.
Okay. Excellent. So welcome, everyone, for this live stream, episode 2 of PowerShell is Fun. So last week's session, I think, was already pretty successful. Well, I hear an echo. Do you hear an echo too? Or maybe I have to check my audio. No.
Turn on the echo cancellation. Better now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I would say last week's episode 1 already was success, and there were some nice comments. Like someone I think wrote you are his favorite PowerShell blogger and things like that. So I think
Yes.
that's really cool. And so I think before we dive into the topic, let me just quickly do the official stuff, so to speak. So as this is part of our Scriptember campaign, here is we have a number of supporters that help us with prizes and also with, for example, organizing the Shorten the Code campaign, which, by the way, is still going on until the end of the month. So thanks to PACT, thanks to Manning Publications, thanks to the Belgian PowerShell user group, to PSConf, they give away a 50% discount for a PSConf ticket for next year, and the PowerShell user group Rhein-Neckar. If you want to check out what is going to happen, not only today, but also with the upcoming days, feel free to check out our Scriptember calendar. It's on scriptember.com, and then you find it right there in the menu bar on top. So if we go down here, so of course we see today's live stream. Tomorrow we will have a recording premiering with MVP Doug Fink about his favorite topic, of course, which is PowerShell and AI, which probably we'll not talk about today, maybe, or maybe we will. Who knows? I don't think so. Right. Then I'm going to have, there will be another premiere of a conversation with Emrys McAnally, who was a speaker, 2-time speaker at the PSConf. And then, of course, next week, we'll premiere my conversation with the PowerShell inventor, Jeffrey Snover. It was a very interesting conversation, a little bit looks behind the scenes what happened, how PowerShell came to be, and how it's being used today. So that's definitely something you should not miss. And then, of course, we will have another episode of PowerShell is Fun next Thursday. So still more fun.
It always is.
Which is, and that's why we're here. And by the way, last week you showed from your blog the sandbox feature, which I had to admit last week I haven't used it before, so I installed it and played around with it already quite a bit. And yeah, it's really cool. I mean, to have a plain Windows machine just to install some modules, testing some scripts and stuff without interfering with my production environment, so to speak. Really cool stuff. So I learned already quite a bit last week, and so I'm looking forward to what we have in store today. Last week we started with the little snake game, and again we have another game today. And as we found it on GitHub, if somebody knows this guy or girl who created it, its name is Nikon the Third on GitHub, and I tried to get in touch to find out, about the motivation. So if someone knows this person, let us know, because that will, I think this would be a great conversation as well, to find out why someone built it with PowerShell, and what the motivation was behind it, and maybe also how much time it took and stuff like that. But so with this, Harm, we prepared another game today, right?
Yeah, I'll just share my screen and start it. It's probably something that most people know from being inside of Windows. At least in the earlier version of Windows, it was included by default.
Exactly, that's how I know it. Yeah, absolutely. So, and it was, this is my kind of game, because it's not so much about being quick like last time with Snake, where it can be quite hectic and you have to be quick and stuff like that. But I think Minesweeper is exactly my kind of game for my age, I would say. So let's just bring it to the stream here.
Should I zoom in a bit again?
Yeah, I think that would be great. That would be great.
And share my own screen, but I'll just drag it to this one. Yep. So here we go. It's another GUI-based game, which I'm not good at programming or scripting myself, but let's just start, and it should look very familiar. Always starts on my other screen, of course.
Yeah, there it is.
What is your high score in this, Heiko?
Oh my God, I don't even know.
Oh, okay. Now it gets more difficult.
Yeah, and I think for this one it's also interesting, because in the menu on the upper left corner,
you already search for a cheat?
No, but but you in the, if you go to game, you can switch to a more difficult type of game, which I think, so it will be a bigger playing field. So if you say, this is just too easy, then of course you can switch to another level. And then, so I think, again, this is a nice example about things that, as we said already last week, that can be done with PowerShell. God damn it. There you go.
Lottery tickets.
Yeah. Okay. So, and I think like last week, I will share the link to the GitHub repo, of course, where this game can be found, together with the one that we showed last week as well. So people can check it out. They can they can download the script, and like for the other one, it's the same is true. It runs with Windows PowerShell, because obviously it does a lot of graphical Windows stuff. So
This won't run on your Mac. No. Or
No.
Linux machine.
no. But yeah. So I think another interesting way of showing how you can have fun with PowerShell.
And you can even create these kinds of things. Respect for the guy who created it, and I'm very curious how long it took him.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why it would be really great to talk to the person who actually did it. So yeah, and as last week we went through a couple of examples that you already have written an article on your blog PowerShell is Fun, which I'm also going to put into the chat here, of course. So if you want to check out not only the things that we will talk about in this altogether 3 episodes about PowerShell is Fun, you should definitely check out PowerShell is Fun blog post, because there is always new stuff coming up.
It's coming one up today as well. I'm already working on it.
All
it's
right.
more difficult than I thought, but it's going to be good. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Somebody already commented on the game that we showed in German. Said, okay, really cool. Yeah.
I can understand German, and this is easy. Yeah. Of course.
That's easy. Yeah. So I think this starting with the game, actually, of course, it fits to our PowerShell is Fun theme. So and stay tuned, because there will be another one for episode 3, of course.
Okay, then I'll share my window again. I just opened another Visual Studio Code.
All right. Okay, so I'll share it here in the stream.
I'll zoom in again.
Please think about the old people like me.
It's Control Plus to zoom in, and if you press Control B, then you throw away the side window, so you have a little bit more screen space.
More space. Perfect.
Okay. This is something that I wrote because sometimes at customers' locations, people can't access certain Microsoft endpoints because of firewalling. That's usually the issue when stuff doesn't work, next to DNS, of course. But this is a function that goes out to the Microsoft website and gets all the URLs and IP addresses for all their services. And then you can use that to check, for instance, if all the Microsoft Teams or OneDrive or Exchange Online ports are available for you from your workstation. And it will tell you what port it checked and what IP address it used to check it on. And you can give that output to your network team and tell them, well, in this report you can see that I couldn't access Microsoft Teams because you're actually blocking something. That's the idea. It's more often a consultant thing when you're trying to configure or deploy certain services.
Okay, so it's basically also some kind of health checking, right? Like
it's like a health check tool, something simple, but if you, for example, use it for the service area OneDrive, I can show you the sheet later on which it uses. All the Microsoft services are in there. And now it's trying to resolve certain URLs. There are wildcards in it. And wildcards is something that you can't really check, of course. And I think it's did the output. Yeah, I'll just have to share my whole screen because it outputted it in a grid view. Which
so the grid view, yeah.
Entire screen here. So I did share my screen now, I think.
Yeah, I'll just bring it back here. Yeah.
All right. So as you can see, the wildcard once it could not resolve, but it could resolve the admin OneDrive com on this port using this IP address. And if there's some node which Microsoft added to that list, then it will show some more details about what it exactly did. And if there's a complete IP address range for a wildcard address, it will also show you all the IP addresses that should be whitelisted.
All right.
One of their services.
Cool.
Yeah, well, for me, it's like a Swiss pocket knife thing.
Yeah. And the way that you get all the endpoints is your initial invoke rep request where you ask for all the ranges, right?
Yeah.
This is exactly. Yeah. Okay. This is here. Yeah.
And because it is it changes every now and then, I always download the latest version. So I access this website and I get the latest JSON file. You can see that's this link, and this link you can see in the URL part in the lower left that the ID could change to something else. And see, it's just like a big JSON file which has like all the services
and
like
IP
a
addresses.
single line in it. It knows what URLs it is, and you get like all the IP addresses of it. And then you can query that in your script to filter out everything or your specific services or whatever you might need.
All right. I mean, this is really useful.
Yeah, I did it by hand first, and well, that's not something you should do. You should always automate these kind of things, and it makes it a lot easier. Just check if everything is okay before actually going to your network team and telling them, well, I think you're blocking something. Could you please adjust your firewall for that?
Yeah. Yeah. Cool use case.
There's still Skype in there. It seems they always have the old names as well in them. Yep. So that's basically it, and you can use any URL or display name or node, and you can export it to a CSV if you want, and you can email that to your network team. So it's something handy and
absolutely,
it's very flexible. Yeah.
Nice, I like it.
Yeah.
And again, of course, it's available on your PowerShell is Fun blog.
Yeah.
And your GitHub repository. That's where you store it, right?
Yeah. I always store my scripts in GitHub, so that's easier for people to like clone my repository, so that you always have all my scripts locally. Yeah.
Excellent.
And I'll just stop sharing my screen.
So this is maybe also a good time to ask the people out there why they think PowerShell is fun. So if you have any tips and tricks you want to share with us right now, let us know. That would be cool.
Yep.
And
or any other question that you might have. The last time was also one regarding Python and using semicolons and programming habits. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, with the semicolon at the end. Yeah. Comma? Was it a comma?
Yeah.
Can't remember. Yeah. So, by the way, talking about maybe people might struggle with things. We just announced for our PowerShell user group Rhein-Neckar that in October we will have Alexander Nikolic coming in to talk about the Entra PowerShell versus Graph PowerShell. That's going to be an interesting one as well. So, but yeah.
I already saw part of that on PSConf, I think. But,
yeah, this was because he was part of the, let's say, insider program, so to speak. So he had some very early view on this module, and as it evolves and hopefully becomes
the standard,
production pretty soon, so he will talk about that. So, but that's
because all the Azure AD stuff was already deprecated now.
Deprecated, yeah. So
it's not all graph, and I think the Entra modules are somewhat better. So I hope Microsoft Graph modules could take an example.
Yeah, maybe that could be, let's say, the template and the role model for all other things around Graph. Yeah. So anything else? Something else you want to share with us today, Han?
Well, I could share one of my previous scripts just to show what kind of questions I get regarding using functions or scripts.
Okay. Nice.
Some people get confused when they run a function and nothing happens. So I could demonstrate that using the script that I just used. Share my screen.
Yeah, we can do that. Sounds good.
That's the screen.
Let's see if we have any comments already coming in. Not yet. All right. So
Yeah.
here we are back.
So as you can see in the top, I used my script as a function. So I can store the scripts in my PowerShell profile so that every time that I start a new PowerShell session, that I can always use the test Microsoft endpoints regardless of what I'm doing. But if you run this script just by pressing play, nothing happens. The script does not start by itself, but you have to like type in test Microsoft endpoints yourself. And this is the question that I got most often in the first year when I wrote blogs. I pressed play, but nothing happens. What should I do? Or how should I even debug a function? The debugging a function is terrible because in a function, everything that you do, when it's done, it's gone. If you want to like check what the site variable was during running, you have no idea. You have to use like debug points for that, just to see what it does. Well, the easiest thing that you could do is you comment out the function part on the top, and you comment out the last bracket at the bottom. And now, if I save this, and I should. Now I can just call this script just like a normal script with parameters.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not specify anything, so I did this for OneDrive. Now you can just run it inside your terminal, and you should be able to see.
Yeah, so you have more like the experience that you have if you just run a script with.
See, now you can actually see what was stored in this variable, what does it do. So when I start writing functions, I usually just comment out the top row line and the last line so that I can see what my variables are, what it is doing. This makes it so much easier to debug, troubleshoot, and when you're done, you can just convert it into a function again. Or you could convert existing scripts to a function just by adding this at the top, brackets on the bottom.
Yeah, that's I think another cool tip. So from let's say from your journey, when did you start building functions? Was it something you did right away, or did you start with like one-liner scripts and then you created functions?
I started creating normal scripts. Then I thought, well, it should be a function so that I can reuse it. And then I started creating a lot of functions, which could also have been normal scripts. And that's why I got the questions, because people were expecting scripts. They were functions, and they were confused.
Yeah, there was no interaction, no output, nothing. Yeah. I think especially for people who are starting with PowerShell, that's definitely something people might struggle with, or might get used to it. I would say.
Well, function is something that you could use in really large scripts. That's better, like in sections. This function does this function does that. And you can use that function inside that script. But for smaller scripts, it's usually not needed.
And I'm just thinking about if Doug would be here, he would say, "That's no problem. You can ask ChatGPT."
Yes.
But that's a different topic. But hello, Doug, if you're there. I don't know.
You already had a session with Doug, right?
Yes, and it's going to be published tomorrow. So, and he's going to show his PSAI module. So,
Yeah.
again, people who are watching today, if you're interested in that, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
it will be on our YouTube channel as well. So, yeah.
Okay, well, that's something that I will watch it, of course. I'm curious, and
Yeah.
maybe I'll start using AI.
Ooh. Okay. Maybe
No,
that could be a
no.
topic for another session. Maybe with the two of you.
Well, yeah, I would be honored. That would be fun. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That will be double the fun, with you and
Yeah.
Doug. Yeah. All right. So I guess that's it. What you wanted to show today, right?
Yeah, those were the things I wanted
Yeah.
to show today. There are no other questions. I'm curious if somebody is struggling with a certain topic that we might discuss next time.
Yeah. So for people who are now watching and you have any questions, feel free to add them to the comment. While we are waiting for that, maybe something else would be worth maybe sharing. As we mentioned, PSConf to be a sponsor also of our Scriptember campaign. Just so for people who don't know, there will be, well, there's obviously the PSConf in person next year again, but there will also be what they call the PSConf Minicon. It takes place on the 15th of October. It's an online event and it's for free. And you can get your ticket for free. And there will be quite a number of interesting sessions as well. So it will be kind of in a virtual world, so to speak, with speaking rooms, and you can walk through the environment and talk to people and things like that. So it's pretty interactive. It's really cool, really engaging. So
it looks like a game from the top, where you look down on the field.
Yes, it's like a jump and run kind of a thing, right? And if you go nearer to someone, then you can actually talk to someone and you can hear them talk. And there are tables where you can meet with other people. So it's really, I would say it's a different kind of online experience, not just watching a session, but really kind of being part of this virtual environment. So yeah, feel free to go to the PSConf website, register for the Minicon. Scriptrunner will be there as well, and I think all the other sponsors as well. And there will be some interesting sessions. So I think this is something worth sharing for something that happens after Scriptember, which will be then on October the 15th.
Yeah.
All right.
Didn't follow it. It was last year too, or was it even before
the
that?
Minicon? It's already, I think it's the third time now. I think
it started in Corona time, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's the third or fourth iteration already. And as I said, I really like it because it's not just watching someone talking about something, but you really have this kind of gamification factor in it as well. That's really cool. So for everybody out there, don't forget to register. It's a really cool experience.
Yeah, registration is for free, right?
Yes, it is. So you just have to register, and but that's all. There's no cost involved, and it's definitely worth the time because it's really, really great. Will be great content.
Yeah.
All right. So I think still no other question in the chat so far. I think then we are at the end of episode 2, and well, we look forward to episode 3 next week, next Thursday again. We will prepare, number 1, of course, a game, and number 2, again, a couple of tips from your blog. And as you said, Harm, if someone has any question, you can still, of course, type them into the comments of the recording after this live stream. So you can always go back to either the Scriptember YouTube channel or the LinkedIn page. And if you have anything to add or any ideas or any questions, would be great if you share them with us.
Yep.
Awesome. So again, thank you, Harm, for doing this, for taking the time for all these tips and tricks. Thanks everyone for joining today, and have a nice evening, have a nice day, and keep on scripting.
See you next week. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.